I'm John. I made a series breaking down the Raptors roster. We're going to go into each of these players, talk about their background, fit on the team, and what their individual goals are for this season. So if you're a Raptors fan, like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Let's get started here with our shooting guards. First off, we have Jeff Dowtin. He's 25 years old, 6'3", 185 pounds. Last season in the G League, he averaged 6.6 assists on a 5.0 assist-to-turnover ratio. That's insane. 43% from the three-point line. He can knock down those threes. Jeff's shown some awesome playmaking ability. He scored efficiently and even racks up 1.4 steals a game. He's a mature player now, getting into the NBA, and he's been grinding since college, where he spent 4 years. So this last summer league, he displayed awesome court vision, worked the pick and roll super nicely, and he was clearly just operating at a higher level than the competition. So Jeff's year this year is definitely going to be a lot of G League play. Long term though, the Raptors can use him to fill that playmaking void, but for now he's got to be a leader and help those guys on the G League squad realize their potential. He definitely will get some opportunity in the NBA when Fred is out for rest or for injuries. Remember in the last video I talked about how Fred only averages like 60 games a year, and I would hope that more of those games this year are games missed due to rest rather than games missed to injury. So I'm very excited to see Jeff perform on that stage. He is on a two-way deal, and he's getting older as a prospect, so he's really got to make it happen now. Our next shooting guard here, Harper Jr. He's 22 years old, 6'6", 245 pounds. This guy's built like a tank. Last season in college, 15.8 points a game, 40% from three, and 5.9 rebounds. So Ron was a 4-year college player and a role player extraordinaire. He scores efficiently off the ball, spaces the floor well, plays defense, and gets steals. He's also a massive guard. It's really odd that they list him as a guard, but he has a forward's body. He's literally the same size as PJ Tucker, and he rebounds well with that size and can guard some larger players. So looking into this season, I want to ask Ron some questions. First off, are you a guard? Can you do guard things? His last season in college, he had a 1.3 assist-to-turnover ratio. Not that hot. I think his real role, though, is as a 3-and-D guy. He knocks down that three-pointer. But I want to see him slide on defense with smaller guards because he's so big, and also keep taller players out of the paint so they can't abuse him with their height. Now, figuring out the Raptors' defensive scheme is going to be tough, but required to get NBA play. I see him slotting in for maybe 10 minutes a game to get some run, as long as he's not messing up plays constantly. Now, he's on that same two-way deal as Jeff Dowtin, so you'll see him dominate in the G League and then come up and be a role player in the NBA. Our last shooting guard here today, Trent Jr. He's now 23 years old, 6'5", 209 pounds. Last season, he averaged 35 minutes a game, 18.3 points on 38% from the three-point line. Last season, Gary had a huge role on the Raptors, huge minutes at 35. They really needed his three-point shooting, and he super earned that $17 million they paid him. On offense, he shot it well, but he often had to take bad shots at the end of the shot clock when the offense couldn't create anything for itself. That said, he's not afraid to chuck some shots, so that was fine. He had 2 assists a game and 1 turnover, so he's definitely a shooting guard over a point guard. On defense, he's a great perimeter guy, gets tons of deflections, and averages 1.7 steals a game, so he plays hard on both ends. Going into this season, I want to see Gary keep the effort up on defense, expect high minutes. The Raptors' logic is going to be, you're young, you can definitely run. Now, the team offense will also be better this year, so maybe make a little more. Go from 2 assists a game to 3 assists a game. Also score a little bit more efficiently. I think he can easily add 5% to that field goal percentage, as the rest of the roster is helping him not have to chuck up shots at the end of the shot clock. Now, as for contract, Gary's got a player option at the end of this year. I expect him to turn that down and agree to an extension for more money if he can improve either that playmaking or that scoring efficiently and just stay fitting in on the team and playing hard on defense. So all in all, the Raptors are a little top heavy here at shooting guard. Expect Trent to get most of the minutes there, just like last year. And also keep in mind the Raptors are quite a positionless team, so it's not like Jeff Dowtin and Harper Jr. are going to be getting all those extra minutes that he doesn't. That said, I'm super excited to see both of those guys develop and get some NBA playing time. Dowtin fills the playmaking hole here, but he's got a super hard learning curve to climb. He's got to learn the defense, he's got to learn the offense, and how to run the offense too. That's going to be really tough for him, but I think he's up to the task. He showed great awareness on offense in the G League, and he's an experienced player that he understands a couple schemes, Harper Jr., on the other hand, he's a 3-and-D guy. He can slot in anywhere. That said, that's not a huge hole for the Raptors, and he's going to have a tough learning curve to climb too, figuring out that defense stuff so he's not ruining the whole defensive scheme. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you missed it, I made a point guard video right here for the Raptors, and I hope you enjoyed. Peace.